going on, my people? Man, like, I hope you guys feel as good as I feel right now. I just want to share a quick message with you guys, about how God always has a strategy for our lives, right? And like, I'll drop you like a quick testimony. Like this week, I've been dealing with exams. So like, I had an exam on Monday, which was alright, and after that, on a Tuesday it was another tough exam. But I remember studying for my Tuesday exam, I kept getting this feeling that like, just revise, just trust God. Like when the time comes, He will deliver you, He will help you, He will provide, But there was also that part of me that like, I was just so afraid of failing that I wanted, like, instead of like depending on faith, I wanted to depend on proof. I wanted, like, to know, like, for certain that I've got the answers right there. And that's how like, we are sometimes in life. Like, you could be in a situation where God's telling you to wait, God's telling you to just trust in Him, have faith, but like, we lack that patience, we lack that trust. We want we want that proof. We want to know that where we headed, like, it's safe. Where we headed, like, there's this kind of blessing. Where we headed, we're gonna inherit this and that. And I did get my lesson. That's why I'm sharing this message with you. So yeah, like I said, instead of faith, I went towards that proof. I then obviously started studying with a friend of mine that and we had a plan. We're like, like, we're gonna do this and that and that and that, and make sure that we pass this exam. But that's not obviously what ended up happening. The exam was actually tougher than we both thought, and the outcome was hella different. So cool. I really felt betrayed. I felt like like, God betrayed me. I felt down. I'm not gonna lie. I just thought, God loves us. Either way, like, He saw this happening. He could have warned me a lot more. He could have helped me out regardless of what I chose. But like, I said at the beginning, like, God has a strategy. God works in His own ways, and He understands those strategies, right? So so today I had another exam as well. So I spent all night studying for this exam, trying to avoid the mistakes of yesterday, right? So obviously I prayed, and I started studying, and I studied hard, right? And come the time for the exam, I just prayed. I'm like, what, like, Lord, like, just whatever happens, like, just guide me. Like, I will literally follow your lead. That's how I want. And that's exactly what happened. First page of the exam, like, the moment I opened the exam, like, booklet, I always go through, like, all the questions to see, like, cool, like, where my strengths and weaknesses are. So I literally, like, went through this exam paper, and I was smiling. I'm like, like, there's a God, what I'm saying, and that God just showed me what faith is, and what proof is. That's a lesson. That's how He strategized, how He's gonna teach me that lesson, and how I'm gonna share with you guys. And obviously, you might not direct this towards any exam or work or whatever. It might just literally be, like, relationship-wise. Like, you might, you might be fighting for something, like your relationship with a mother, a spouse. You might literally be dealing with, depression, anxiety. Like, you might be dealing with a lot in life, and I'm just here to tell you that, God already has a strategy for how He's gonna handle things in your life. Like, any war story, any war general will tell you that, listen, like, you don't go against your enemies without doing any homework on your enemies, without having a strategy on how you're gonna attack, how you're gonna defend. And like, us humans, we don't know much about our enemy. So we can't really create a strong strategy on how we're gonna challenge the enemy and how we're gonna defend ourselves all the time. Like, we can only depend on God to do that, and God has a strategy for your life. So, Psalm 27:14 will tell you that wait on the Lord, He will strengthen your heart. So I'm here to tell you guys that, wait on the Lord. Whatever you're dealing with right now, like, do not take it into your own hands. Just literally surrender it to God, and He'll give you that reward for your faith. Don't go for proof like what I did yesterday. Just keep on depending on your faith. And before I go, I just give you a little testimony as well. I've got one of my mothers, church mothers, that she's been in a coma for a very, very long time, and she's been the one person that's been supporting me from day one, right? And I just literally remember that yesterday as well, as I was praying that you need people like that in your life, and I can really feel the impact of not having her around. But then we just have to just keep praying and wait on God to do His work. I know spiritually she's healing, but physically obviously that proof is not shown yet. But in our faith, we know that spiritually God is already doing His work. Spiritually God's already fighting. So you might have someone as well that's in that same same thing going on, illness, health-wise, whatever. Just know that have your faith. Don't depend on what the doctors tell you. Don't depend on what you see. Don't fully depend on that proof. Know that you're Christian, you have a God, depend on that faith. And lastly, before I go, I want to thank everyone that showed us love on the previous video. Guys, that was something else, man. I really appreciate it. Please do continue to support. It does not go unnoticed. And I created a little something for all the people that have been supporting me from the early days. The days when before we had a YouTube channel, the days when we just literally had 5 subscribers. There were people that support, and then obviously there's some that I do not know that support me. I want to thank you. There's those as well that are my friends that continue to just push me even when I don't feel like making a video or talking, because of how I'm dealing with life or whatever. You guys just push me, just tell me, listen, bro, we're expecting a video. And just the mom I'm telling you about, my mother, she was one of those people. Every Sunday she'll come to me at church hey, I'm still waiting for that video. How come you haven't dropped it yet? Hence why I'm telling you that the impact of not having her around has really hit me. So please as well, just keep praying the prayers, and I'm also praying for everyone out there that's going through the same thing. Thank you, and goodbye.
So this guy asked me today that what's your New Year's resolution? I was just like, I just want to improve. This is even before I watched your Maidens Wear, because Wi-Fi is not so strong. But anyway, before I watched it, and some guy randomly, he just goes to me, what? And I was like, I just want to build my relationship with God. And then he goes, yeah, me too. The guy who was on Maidens Wear really inspired me and made me think about a lot of things, and made me wanna change my life. And then I was like, oh really? So then I remember that you had a segment on Maidens Wear. So